We're joined in the media center by top fuel number 1 qualifier Brittany Force with a run of 3.746 seconds at 329.75 miles per hour. This is her first number 1 qualifier. What does it mean to have a run like that as you try to go chase the 100th win?
I am so excited. Really, it just shows that the Castrol Edge team, all our hard work is finally paying off. You know, we struggled last year. So to be able to come out here and go to number 1, I didn't expect that. You know, it's a brand new car. So to be able to get it down the track and run like that, we're excited, and I'm so proud of my entire team.
Do you expect your first win to come so out of the blue, just like this number 1 qualifier?
I hope so. I hope our first win comes this weekend. That would just be awesome. We wanted it last year, and we're going after this year, and we're gonna definitely bring home a win this year. I can't wait to do that. The first top fuel win in all of John Force racing.
So tell us about the car not being able to warm up the engine before.
It was a pretty crazy run. We actually didn't even get to warm up the car. The turnaround was so quick. We didn't get to warm it up. I was suiting up on the drive up there, and when we pulled up there, I figured, oh, you know, they're just trying to rush me to get me in the car. There'll still be a few cars, and we pulled up, and we were the next one on the line. So I'm throwing my stuff on, jumped in the car, and got suited up and pulled right up there. And I wasn't expecting it to run a 74, so I'm so excited. I can't even believe we ran like that.
It was on a great run in the first session today, and then to have, you know, that run. So really that's just, again, building on that consistency. How much confidence does that give you going into tomorrow?
You know, anytime the car goes down the track, that just makes me feel more comfortable as a driver. I learn something new every time I get into that car. So the run earlier, it was pulling hard. It was going to be a good run, but we ended up hurting the engine, so I got out of it sooner than we wanted to. And that one, after, you know, I got the car shut off, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, that was fast. I felt like I don't think I've ever been that fast. I knew it was going to be a good one. And they came on the radio and told me I ran a 74, and I thought I heard them wrong.
Well, I'm going to assume your dad holds on to funny car number 1. This is the first time in NHR history.
Yeah, in the Mellow Yellow Series, it'd be the first time in the Pro Series you've ever had a father-daughter number 1 qualifier.
How cool is that?
I hope so. That would be awesome if my dad, you know, were able to keep that number 1 spot and I'm number 1. I'll make room for him up here and, you know, do some interviews. I'm excited, and we'll have to see how it goes, but hopefully he'll hang on to it.
Your dad's had a lot of success here. How does this track rank for you?
I love this track. I ran here at Super Comp and A-Fuel, so it's a very comfortable track for me. I've been down it many times, so it makes me feel more comfortable as a driver. And I love coming here. I've been coming here for years.
Do you feel any pressure to be in the Force family and one of the Force daughters? That Ashley's won races and had number 1 qualifiers. Courtney's been number 1 qualifiers and won races. Now you're kind of adding your name to that list, you know, Rookie of the Year, that to get that number 1 qualifier, do you have a little list of, if, you know, my sisters have done this, I better, you know, do something like this?
I definitely have a list of goals that I want to achieve just this year, my second year driving. But I don't ever try to compare my goals to, you know, my sisters. That's just my personality. That's how I am. I'm proud of them for everything they've accomplished. I'm in a different car. I have my own list of goals, and that's what I'm going after. I'm not going after goals to try to beat somebody else. It's just my own personal goals that I want. You know, number 1 qualifier, that was definitely one of them. Bringing home the first win, that's another. To stay in the top 10, I would love to do that this year. So I have a list of goals. To be able to fill somebody like my dad's shoes would just, you know, be impossible. I'm never trying to, you know, beat him at anything because he's done so much for the sport, but I do have the best teachers around me.
Does it work better for you that you're off in your own little zip code and you don't have to compete against Courtney and all that?
It is nice that I don't have to worry about, you know, going up first round and being paired up with one of our teammates. It's nice that I am in my own little world, and I think my dad leaves me alone a little bit more than he does to Courtney, just because they drive, you know, the same car, and he likes to, you know, give her advice. Give her too much advice is always the problem, but he'll start to come over and you know, before a run, stick his head in and tell me some things, and then he's like, you know what, I've never driven one of these, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just do whatever you do. And so I think I've had it a little easy. Him and Courtney, they've definitely, you know, battled it out there on the track, and she's heard more than enough from him.
Sounds like you went on purpose to Top Fuel.
No, I've always loved the dragsters. My original plan, I wanted to stay in A-Fuel. That's the car that I loved. And I just always loved dragsters, and A-Fuel I thought was where I was going to end up. And I had the opportunity came along to jump in a Top Fuel car, and I wasn't going to turn that down. So I jumped in it. I still had plans to get back in an A-Fuel car, but when I made my first full pass, I knew I was not going to get back in. I knew I was going to stay in that Top Fuel car.
So much talk, of course, with this 100th is focused on Courtney and Alexis and Erica. All of a sudden, what would it be for all of a sudden you to pop in there and get it?
That would be pretty exciting. You know, this 100 win, it's a big deal just for the sport of NHRA. You know, all the ladies that are on that list, just to be able to be on that list and be next to some of those ladies, girls that I watched just recently in my career, girls that I've watched when I was growing up as a kid out at the track, Shelly Payne, you know, both my sisters are on that list. There's so many women on that list that just to be on the same list as them would be a pretty big accomplishment.
Any other questions?
That's great.
Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
So when you say